Hello everyone. Good morning. How many of you are here watch IPL?
Yes, I will watch sometimes.
Okay, only sometimes, huh? Okay. Which is your favorite team?
RCB, DC.
RCB. Okay. For all the guys who watch IPL, something happened yesterday. There was a match between Delhi versus Lucknow yesterday. Did you all see the match?
No.
No. You missed a very important match. Anyone? Anyone who witnessed yesterday's Lucknow versus Delhi match?
Not really. I have seen only a couple of overs for first batting.
My
Yeah.
personal request, just go and watch the highlights of yesterday's match, okay? You will learn two things from yesterday's match. Not even a single person watched. Surprising, yaar.
Yeah, I watched the second part mostly in the last 5 hours.
You watched? Okay, what happened? What is the
I
lesson
mean,
learned from yesterday's match?
even the wickets were falling down here and there, but still they tried, and at the end they made it. Like Ashutosh played exceptionally well at that. Yeah.
Okay, there was a match between Delhi and Lucknow, and Lucknow was batting first. They've scored well, right? Anything above 200 was a very much a challenging target. So Lucknow has scored 200, and Delhi, half of the side lost at around now 65 or 70. Everyone thought, okay, Delhi will lose. Okay, but you know what? There was a one person who still believed and had that belief that we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. And in the last over, we saw that Delhi has won the match. It was a great match. Two things which I learned from yesterday's match is you should never give up. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Right? And when everyone is not believing, you need to believe in yourself. Just watch yesterday's match, okay? I'm still thinking, okay, after this class, I'll still have loved to watch one more time. That interesting it was. So just don't miss it. All the IPL fan lovers, it is really worth of watching it. You will learn a lot of things from yesterday's match. Okay, with that, let's get into our topic. So in the last class, we have understood what was this data engineering, what as a data engineer you will do. As a data engineer, you will get the data from the different data sources in the form of a different files, and wherever it is required, you will do all the type of transformations, data cleaning, in terms of if you have duplicates, if you have some null values, you will try to handle it, right? Followed by you will focus on adding some business logic columns, and finally provide the data to the other team members as well as clients. Now this is what you do. So with this, we will try to understand. We took an example of a supermarket, then we talked about other technologies and the root, which is data engineering. And I told you we have given a couple of use cases, like how the data is scattered. And in fact, I gave an example of KSR Data Vision itself, right? We usually collect the data from the different social media. Then we will not assign five people, five social media. This is not the way we work, right? So we have to be a very optimized. We have to have an optimized solution. So we had one person collecting the data from the different teams, making sure that it is well organized, cleaned, and then we push it to our CO team, right? So this is what we do. And we talked about few facts, why nowadays the data is getting bigger and bigger, right? And I gave us an example. Suddenly, what if suddenly data starts flowing? What if suddenly data starts flowing? Is your system capable of handling the data? Is your system capable of handling the variety of data? We don't know, right? So we need to find a solution. And then finally we got into a data engineering, what exactly we do, and followed by we have seen the traditional ETL pipeline process. As a traditional pipeline, we get the data from the different teams, we collect it, we organize it, we do all the type of transformations, and then we load it into different tables. And for that, we already have some tools. But are we going to learn this? Definitely no, right? And I also have given an open challenge yesterday. If there is any new project that is coming on this tools, you can reach out to me and I can give you a blank check. Because already we have a problem in the on-prem. On-prem is buying your own server, taking care of your own machines, taking care of end to end. It's very hard, right? So nowadays we have come to a stage where we need to hand it over to someone who can take care of it, right? For that, I have given as an example of buying a own house versus renting a house. So rent house is easy actually. No need to worry about anything. Just you're staying, you pay the rent. If you don't like, go to a different house. Go there, stay there. Don't like, go to a different house. No need to worry too much. But if you go with a own house, you have to pay a lot, right? So you have to pay a lot. That means you have to purchase the house, you have to purchase the land. So you have to have an initial cost. This is exactly the same explanation what I'm giving about on premises versus cloud. So on premises is like owning a house. Cloud is renting a house. On premises is buying your own car. Cloud is just use a Ola and Uber, right? So these are the examples I can relate it. Now we have decided to go with cloud. In cloud, you have many companies. Okay, you have many companies. Let's say you want to go to office. Buying a new car and going to a office, it's a bit hard. It's a bit hard buying a new car, then taking care of it. You driving the car to the office, you need to have a lot of patience. Instead, just to book a Ola or Uber, you can go to office, right? Now, the question is very simple. Ola also provides you the cabs. Uber also provides you the cabs. Now, question is, which one do you prefer? Is it Ola or Uber?
Ola.
Why?
As per my experience, Ola gets very easily access, and uh, that's what I face because that is network is more, so we can get it very frequently.
Okay. What about others?
Depending on how cheap is
Depends
that particular application at that time.
Okay.
dep depends on the
Cost
availability
effective.
of the
Cost
right.
effective.
Cost. Which one? Which is cost effective? Ola or Uber?
Ola.
Ola. Okay.
Depends upon the availability of the right.
Depends on the.
Availability.
Oh, sorry, your voice is very low.
Availability.
Availability.
Which
Okay.
one is
Okay. Both Ola and Uber provides you cab service, but what you're going to opt, it's completely in your control. You have a smartphone, you have both the applications in your phone. Now the question is, are you going to use Ola or are you going to use Uber? It's up to you, right? Personally speaking, I use Uber. Personally speaking, you may use Uber, right? Ola, you may use Ola. So the reason is here it depends on your history. Like you are comfortable with Ola, you may be seeing that the pricing is decent, they don't overcharge, and you may see that the rating is good, right? So each one will have their own preference. I repeat, each one will they have their own preference. The first thing when I want to go take a ride, I'll try with Uber first. If I don't get Uber, then I'll go to Ola. In your case, the first you may go with Ola. If you don't get it, you may go with Uber, right? So both are service providers. What you choose depends on your preference, your need. Similarly, Here also, we have cloud. We have cloud. I know that we are not going to create any servers on our own. We are going to use cloud. One among this cloud we are going to use. So we have why we have Amazon Web Service, you have GCP, and we have Microsoft Azure. Now the question is, are we going to use GCP? Are we going to use AWS, or are we going to use Azure, right? For learning our technology as well as for implementing our data pipelines, we will choose Microsoft Azure. We will choose Microsoft Azure, right? So once we learn this, we'll try to leverage those into other cloud as well with a basic level understanding. So our syllabus is categorized as 90% we will be learning on Microsoft Azure, and this AWS and GCP we will learn 10%. Okay. Now why this 10% is needed? First of all, not needed. You can go with only one cloud as well. But in the recent times, what you have been observing is your clients as well as your companies are expecting you to have multi-skill knowledge, right? They're expecting you to have multi-skill. With one cloud, you may have to target only one set of companies. A simple question I'll ask you, okay? A simple question I'll ask you. Lot of people will have a dream of working in Google. Lot of company will have dream of working in Amazon. Working in Amazon, you always feel privileged. Working with Google, you'll always feel privileged. But you know what? If you're learning Microsoft Azure, you may not be able to apply for these two companies. You may not be able to apply for these two companies. Even though it's your dream company, you cannot apply. The reason, you have learnt Microsoft Azure, so you'll have all the eligibility and luxury to go and apply in Microsoft, but not in AWS and GCP. That's because you have not used. So what we are going to help you is, we are going to train you on three clouds. We are going to train you on three clouds. In the three clouds, you will be able to come up with the use case where whatever you did here, you will be able to do it in GCP and Azure, AWS. All three you will be able to see. Okay. Now, see, I'll give you a simple question. Okay. In your, I don't watch all this commercial or maybe or your TV programs, right? So I don't watch, but usually in my home they watch. Okay. We have something called cooking competition. It seems I have seen in a couple of languages. Okay. So cooking competition is, you go there and there is a competition. They'll tell you one dish and you have to prepare, and they will evaluate. The chef will evaluate and they'll tell which food is good, and they'll give some price. Okay, I've seen in a couple of local languages that you have this program. Okay, now for that you have to practice and go, right? You cannot directly go and prepare food, so you'll have to practice and go. So what do you guys do in case if you are participating, or what they do is, at home they'll practice it for this much of quantity, this much of oil, this much of salt, this much of powders. They'll practice it. They'll practice like anything at home, but it's their own kitchen, right? They have practiced in their own environment, and then they'll go to competition. In the competition, they'll try to use those ingredients. They'll try to use those vegetables, fruits, those things, those stove, gas stove, everything, but still they'll be able to cook. Still they'll be able to cook. No one will ever complain that I have not practiced here. No one will come and say that I have practiced in my home, I'm not able to do here. No, the cooking is a process. The place where they're doing is called a platform, right? Now that is what you're going to do here also. You're going to learn how to build projects. You're going to build how to build projects on data engineering, right? So once you build a data engineering project, doesn't matter whether you're doing it in AWS, doesn't matter whether you're doing it in Azure, or doesn't matter whether you're doing it in GCP. Wherever you do, the platform is going to be same, but what you're intended to learn from data vision is we will be teaching you how to build a project, right? How to build a project, we will help you with the process. So that's why 90% of the times we will try to choose one cloud first. We will learn all the things that is needed for building this project. The same project will try to leverage in other cloud. It's very easy. It's just the platform change. It's just the platform change. A person who knows to use Ola will 100% know to use Uber also, right? If you can go and book a cab, if you can go and book a cab, you can easily go and book in different platforms. You need to understand the process, right? So there is a lot of companies who are using Azure, there is a lot of companies who are using AWS, and there is a lot of companies who are using GCP. But here we will try to focus on one cloud, and with that we will try to leverage on multi-cloud. Okay, so that's why last year we were teaching ADE, and this year we changed to MDE, multi-cloud data engineer. I keep saying this, the more and more you know, you are the king of IT. You've heard about king of jungle, you've heard about king of sky, you've heard about king of water, but I'm telling you, if you can learn multi skills, multi technologies, multi cloud, no one can ever stop you in getting better and better in IT. Right? I can proudly say that in case today, if I get fired from Microsoft, okay, in case if I get fired from Microsoft, I can proudly say that any company I can apply. I can apply to any company, and company will be waiting to hire me. Simple. It's because of the skills I have. That should be your attitude. That should be your attitude. Always people fear about layoffs. People always fear about layoffs, right? What if they lay off? What if they fire me and all? First of all, why you need to have fear? And do you think I have that fear? If I have that fear, I'll not be doing this something called moonlighting. Do you know what is moonlighting? Do you know what is moonlighting? Anyone?
Yes, double job.
Yes.
And I'm doing it, and it is also live streaming it. So it's not be in that stage where you always get feared. You should be in a stage, fine, if you fire, you have to be under loss. Right? If you fire me, your company has to be under loss because you're losing a very critical resource. That should be your attitude. The day you build that attitude where, okay, fine, if you want, you fire me. That is a day you're technically achieved something in life. Okay? Now, with this, we'll focus on Microsoft Azure first. So what is this Azure? In one word, if I want to tell you, it is simply a website. You go to that website, you order whatever you want. Simple. You go to Amazon portal, right? That is, you go and log into your Amazon. Whichever products you want, you buy there, right? You order it, then that product comes to your house. Here also, if you talk about Azure, it's a portal. It's a web URL. You go there, you go there as a user, you log into internet. With internet, we'll be giving you one URL. Just log into that URL and request whatever you want. Order whatever you want. I want a system. I want a service. Just order it. And you can directly use it then and there. And for how much you use, you have to pay. Simple. Right? I want a storage device. Okay, go order it. I want a processing device. Okay, go order it. Whatever service you want, you go and create the service and they'll give you for you and you can start using it. But the only thing is you have to pay bill. You're using something, right? You have to pay bill. And in your projects, your company will take care, your clients will take care. They are managing the complete resources. Your work is to just go and build the project. It's an online portal where everyone can go and request for services and automatically you will be getting that services and you just need to go and pay for it. Okay. Now I'll show you one small example. I'll show you one small example. This is my system. This is my system. My system has a capacity of 1 terabyte. My system has a capacity of 1 terabyte. Okay, which is nothing but 1000 GB. So this is the capacity of my laptop, right? If you see 220 GB, 460 GB and 460 GB. So 460 and 220, it's almost adds up to 1000 GB. And you know what? It's just been 3-4 years that I've been using this laptop now. And already it started showing up red color. Another 2-3 days, if I don't clean up this, your C drive will get full, your D drive will get full, and my system will show the slowness. And I'll not be able to install any applications and I'll struggle, right? Now, whatever the projects that we are doing for our real time, for our projects, for our courses, I have kept in a folder called data. Okay, so in this personal drive, I have created a folder called data. In the data, if you see, it has created, I think the folder is created in 2020. It's been 5 years. And you can see the size of this folder is 4.52 GB, right? The size of the folder is 4.52 GB. If I open this, I will have all the data that I will be using for our projects. So we are doing a lot of projects and we say that these are the data that is present in this folder. Okay. Now, by chance, touch wood, it should not happen. If my laptop, now the laptop is on table, okay. By chance, by mistakenly, if I touch it and it falls down to the ground, what happens? The laptop is damaged, right? Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to run behind a person who can get me the data first. So data backup is very needed for me because this 4.5 GB data is gone, right? By chance, my OS is corrupted. By chance, my display goes. By chance, my laptop falls down to the floor. Whatever happens, I will have to run behind service centers and I need to store the data. And imagine in this folder, what I've shown you, I have stored all the KSR data. All the KSR data. Ideally speaking, yes, I have it. If you see, there is a KSR certification documents, KSR student. So in this KSR student, you may see all the KSR students who part of different batches. I have that. In case if something happens to laptop, first thing they will do is they will throw me out of KSR. They'll throw me out of KSR because we don't have a backup. Something happens to laptop, the entire data is gone. Now we need to keep a data backup. Even if my system is not working, we need to have a place where we can completely manage our data. For that, what I need to do? I will give you one small solution. You tell me whether this is possible or not. Assuming that my laptop can go with a wear and tear anytime, it can fall, it can go corrupted, it can happen anything. What I have done is I have taken another laptop. I have taken another laptop and I have taken all this data one copy in that laptop. Now tell me, whatever I have done, is it a right solution? I have taken another laptop where I have stored all of this data. I have kept it safe in another laptop. One laptop I am using daily basis. One laptop I am keeping only for safe backup. Have I done a right decision?
No,
Why?
no.
Why?
So because if one laptop gets damaged, you can use other. It is no guaranteed that other laptop will also not get damaged.
So I'll buy 3 to 5 laptops. What is there?
So
Why you
you'll
want to
be
spend?
Cost also increase.
That's fine.
cost
No, 1 lakh,
increasing.
1 lakh only, right? One laptop. 5 laptops I'll buy. I'll keep 5 places.
But if your
It will
data keeps on expanding, then you have to use multiple resources.
First
I
of
mean,
all, First of all, this 200 GB is there, 460 GB is there, 460 GB is there. I already checked with my service center guy. He told another 1 terabyte you can extend in this laptop. So in every laptop you will be given a extendable memory. So we can add a RAM, we can also add a hard disk. That you can do. But after 1 terabyte, this laptop's time is completed. You will not be able to add any memory after 2 3 years, because in laptop we have something called motherboard also will have only certain supportable memory. Today you have money, you can go and buy another 1 terabyte hard disk, you can add it. So 1 terabyte will become 2 terabyte. From 2 terabyte, if I want to do 4 terabyte, I'm telling you, not every system will support. Every systems, they will start checking if the motherboard supports. If the motherboard is having the expandable slots, you'll be able to add the memory. If motherboard is not supporting, then this laptop is waste. Then again I have to go and buy another laptop, right? So that is the first thing. And then I go here. In case if something happens to this folder, my entire KSR data is gone. So what I will do now? What I will do now to solve these challenges, I will go to I'll go to
You
one
can save
URL.
the data in OneDrive.
Is it? How much data you can save? How much data you can save in OneDrive?
I'm not sure on that, but you as you pay, like you can keep saving more and more data, right?
Okay. So you don't know limit. Anyone? There was an answer from one of the person saying that why are you storing in your system? You can store it in OneDrive. How much data you can store in OneDrive?
15 GB, right?
15 GB. Santosh, 15 GB, Santosh.
After that,
After that, we need to purchase and we need to store it.
but in OneDrive there is some limitations. Okay, I'll tell you what is that. So first I'll log into this URL portal.azure.com, right? This is a place where you will go and use it as a cloud service. Let's say I go to one of the storage and I'll go here. If I go and upload here, I'll go and upload some files. See here, I have copied all these files here, right? The customer data, electronic store data, employee data, sample data, car data, everything I have stored here, right? And you know what? Even though my system has damaged or my system is spoiled, I can go and log into this account, any system, I'll be still be able to log into this data, right? And maybe in OneDrive, what if you forget the password? What if you forget the password? Are you going to create another OneDrive for a backup? Are you going to create another 2 to 3 accounts only for backup? You may think that, oh, I may forget the password, right? And how do you share to others? It's a bit challenging, and you also have some limit. In OneDrive, you also have some limit. But here, you can store unlimited data. You have stored this all of this data. You come back after 1 year, 2 year. Okay, there is a movie in. I was just seeing one of the Tamil movies there. There will be a hero who goes to coma and he comes back after 18 years. What is that movie name? Anyone? And he don't know
It's
what is
Komal.
yeah, he don't know what is Facebook, he don't know what is WhatsApp. Before that only he goes to
Yeah, yeah.
before that only he
Mm.
goes to coma, and now he comes back and say, what is this? A lot of things have changed. That is what his reaction will be, right? So even if after you come back after 15 years, you can still log into your details and you can still access the data, because your cloud which we have logged in now, which is Microsoft Azure, right? Which is a Microsoft Azure. They take care of your data with the extra care. Data security, data governance, data protections, encryption, decryption, some policies, everything they will take care. Everything they'll take care. You need not do anything. Just try to store your data in the cloud. So today, just imagine at this point of time, something happens to my laptop, everything is gone. But if I go and store the data here, it will be with as secure as it is, right? Now you may ask, how this is going to be secure? Definitely it is better than your laptop. This is definitely it is a better than your laptop. All the data which I'm storing here, I can share it to all my team members, all my projects. Even if I am not there, they will take control. They will take control. I can give access to a lot of other users. They can go and access these data sets. Wherever you are in this planet, whenever you have internet, you can go and access my data, right? Wherever you are in on this earth, you go to different oceans, you go to even a Bermuda Triangle. I hope you know Bermuda Triangle. You go to a Bermuda Triangle. Even there, if you have an internet, you can go and access it. That's the power of storing the data in cloud. Completely secure. They take care of it. They also have backups, right? Their only work is to take care of our data. But we will be focusing on other business, other ideas, we'll be working on other strategies. But there is a team who works only for this. See, I'll give you one simple example, okay? We are running an institute. Do you think I can do every work? I can only speak to students, I can only talk, I can only do a mentoring, I can only teach. In fact, to collect the fees also I will only do. To manage the financial reports I will only do. Do you think it's possible? Definitely no, right? One person cannot be overloaded it. So what we do? One person dedicated only for training, one person dedicated only for maybe collecting the fees, one person taking care of completely managing financial reports. Like this, we have to dedicate the work, right? So that is where there is a cloud who is going to help us in everything. Now you may ask, what are the helps you may get it? Well, you may get help for almost 200 services. You'll get almost help for 200 services. What does it help? Right? Now, imagine you want to build a mobile application. You want to build a mobile application. In fact, I have tried to build a mobile app in my early days of IT because I was excited. I want to know how they create this app. Even I've created one app which is there in a Play Store. Okay, I've created one sample app which is in Play Store, a basic level calculator I've implemented, and it is present in the Play Store. Now, how to create an app? First of all, you need to have a software for that. And the software that I need to download is Android Studio. So there is a software called Android Studio. Android Studio is an official integrated development tool that comes with around 8 to 9 GB, 8 to 9 GB of file, and you need to download this. We need to install this. So this will become like an editor for you. I'll show you some images. So this is where you can write some code, you can adjust the screens, which screen has to come first. If you click home tab, if you click a back button, what operations it has to have, everything. You have to write some logics, you have to write some coding, right? You have to write some coding. So if you write some coding here, automatically you can adjust the screen resolutions, all of this, right? Now this is where you keep coding here, and here inside you will also be seeing screen. You will have to go and create your own app. You can design your interface, you can design the next screens, you can do all this. But the biggest challenge is this app. This app comes with a very high configuration. It cannot be installed in your normal machine. I have done this personally. I have installed this app in my two of my laptops, and my laptop has got hanged, and again I have to go to a service center, get that fixed, because this is a very high configuration app. You need minimum of 32 GB of RAM to work on this, right? So your normal 70,000 80,000 laptop is not enough. You need to have minimum of 2 lakh rupees of high configuration laptop. Only then you can go and work on this. So for every development, we cannot go and install the softwares. We cannot go and implement this. Okay. I don't know how many of you heard about Photoshop. Have you heard about Photoshop?
Yes, sir.
What is Photoshop?
Yes.
It's a video editing app. Okay. So in the recent times, we hired a person who can edit the YouTube videos for us. Okay. Now, before even he joined, he gave some specific configuration. I need this laptop. I need this licensed software of Photoshop. He's actually demanding some needs. Okay, fine. So we are hiring a graphical designer with a 2.5 lakhs package. So we hired. The laptop is asking is 3 lakhs. Is asking a laptop price of 3 lakhs. He's asking a high configuration laptop, and is asking a licensed Photoshop software, and is asking everything for editing the video. Hey Baba, your package itself is 2.5. You're asking 3 lakhs laptop. Where will I go? Right? Where will I go? Now, all these softwares are also costly. Software is costly, laptop price is costly, you have a high configuration system, everything is costly. So what will I do? Now, the same thing, rather than buying a physical laptop and rather than buying this licensed software, I would prefer to use Azure services. In Azure services, there is a mobile service that you can create. You can directly go and develop. They will give you the complete environment, and they will give you the complete software where you can directly go and write the code, build your applications. Now that is what is the power of cloud. They will only give you everything. You come, the software also they will only install, the license also they will only give you, They will only give you the entire platform, everything they will give you. But in return, what they're expecting? They're expecting as a rent. They're expecting as a rent. Every month you use, you have to pay like a rent. Simple. Now this is 100 times better because you're going to pay only for what you use. You're going to pay only for what you use. Right? Now, let's say this is mobile applications. If you want to create a mobile applications, you have a category called mobile. If you want to build a website, IRCTC website, ICAC net banking, KSR Data Vision app. If you want to build a website, then again, if it is a own developer tool, you need to build HTML code, Java code, maybe EXTJS code or AngularJS. You need to have the complete softwares. Now, by choosing the cloud services, they will directly give you the platform environment softwares license. You simply go have to write the code there. For that, you will be using web as a category. Now, imagine you have to record a YouTube video. You have to do some editing. There is a service called media. You can use that, right? Imagine you want to build some machine learning models or artificial intelligence. You can still go with service, right? Now, whatever I have shown on the screen, mobile service, web service, media service, machine learning service, I'm sorry to say this, we will not teach all this as part of our course. Any guess why? I'll not teach all of this.
Because this course is intended for data engineering.
Oh, that is good, but that is fine. But why we are not learning this? It's a service, no? It's a service in Azure.
We are getting
It's a
everything in
vast
Azure
subject.
services
It is not
on one
reducing.
single platform.
So we have to learn one single platform, then we will understand about all services
I'll
in that.
rephrase this question, okay? I'll rephrase this question. You go to a restaurant. You have 200 items on menu. Are you going to eat all 200?
No,
No.
Sundar, no.
No, I will learn what I need.
You will eat what you need. Similarly, here also, my biggest challenge is my biggest challenge in the last class we learned this. The biggest challenge is, what is mean by SP?
Single platform.
Storage and processing.
Yes, the biggest challenge what we have is how to store the used
Controller.
data, how to process the used data. These are the two challenges which as a data engineer I will be having. Suddenly the data comes in bulk. How will I process it? Suddenly if the data comes in bulk, where will I store it? Remember the letter SP. Remember the letter SP. This SP is the biggest problem in today's world. I don't know how to store my big data. I don't know how to process my big data. One is a storage, one is a processing. These two are the biggest challenge. For this, how come this mobile service will be helpful? Mobile service, you can go and build a mobile app. Web service, you can go and build a website. But what I really need is I need to make sure I use storage services and I use some processing services. So I need to have the
Are we
services.
not using compute as well here?
Compute also we will use, but majorly we'll be going with analytics. In the analytics only we have lot of processing tools. It's just a category. It's just a category. Compute also we can use, right? Database also we can use. Datables also we can use, right? This also we can use. So my objective here to tell what is important and what is not important. We have 200 services. The guys who have invented Azure, even they will not know 200 services, right? It's all about your adjusting to what you need. So rather than going with learning all the 200 services, first you look at what is your need. Here I've come here to build a data engineering project. For the data engineering project, I have two main problems. One is a storage problem, one is a processing problem, and that is where I have going to solve it. So we have finally come to a conclusion that not all the 200 services will be learning. There's a lot of guys who comes and ask, hey, you're charging this much, you're charging that much, how many services you will teach? Maximum we will teach you 13 to 14 only. So if you're having an expectation, okay, let's join KSR Data Vision, let them teach 200 services. I'm sorry, we will not. What is our role? Our role is to build a data engineering project. For that, we need 13 to 14 services. That is what we will be learning. Okay. Now, with all this background about the cloud, let's enter into roadmap. So what is that flow that we are going to follow in our course? The first thing, the first subject that we are going to learn in our course is SQL. So the first course that we are going to learn will be SQL. Okay. SQL is a way that you can talk to your database. So today all you guys are listening, you are able to understand me because I'm speaking in a language which you are able to understand. Similarly, tomorrow I will have to go and talk to a database. Where is database? Database is in the server. The data is stored. I want to figure out how much of data is stored, right? I need to ask questions. What happened yesterday? What happened 2 years back? What happened in 2011? What happened in 2020? I need to ask questions. In order to ask questions, I cannot go and ask in English. I need to go and ask in one language, and that language should be database should be able to understand. Database understands only one language, and that language is called SQL. SQL stands for structured query language. With that only you can communicate to a database. For that we'll be learning, right? For that we'll be learning. Now, after that, you are able to communicate only with the database. What if I want to communicate outside? What if I want to communicate outside the tool? Outside the database, if I want to communicate, I will not be able to communicate with SQL because database understands only SQL. If I want to talk to some other tool, I need one programming language. I need one programming language. If I know this programming language, whichever tool it is, whichever technology it is, I can always go and write a code and I can go and talk to any tool. So to talk to a database, I will use this language. To talk to any tool, any technology, right? Any websites, I can go and write Python code. Mind it, if you know these two technologies, you're already 50% data engineer. If you know Python, if you know SQL, you're already 50% data engineer. But here, as and then, we will teach everything from scratch. Even if you don't know anything in SQL, even if you don't know anything in Python, everything we are going to start from scratch, right? Like before learning a language, you have to learn like ABCD, right? Only if you learn ABCD, I mean, if you're learning English, first you have to learn ABCD. Then only you can go to all the sentence grammars, talking, everything, right? Similarly, for the two languages that we are going to learn, one is a structured query language and one is a Python programming. We assure you that every single topic that we learn will be from scratch. Okay, this course will not be suitable who already know SQL and Python. Who already know SQL and Python, you will not be the right audience here because we are going to teach everything from scratch and you'll start scolding me. What is this guy is teaching like ABCD? But our main objective is people hate coding. Let's see what is there in this. What is there in coding? What is there in coding? Let's do a deep dive. So that is where we are going to learn the programming languages, and the programming languages can be such a manner you can even ask your kids to sit in front of the screen, even they will understand. That's the quality we provide. We will try to explain you everything from scratch. Everything from scratch. The only thing which I may not do is I will not explain you what is this S and what is this Q or what is this L. These are all English alphabets. I'll not explain this. But inside SQL, how to create a table, how to create a database, how to load the data, how to process it, how to write a query, every single thing I'll be explaining here. So SQL and Python are the two languages that we have to learn first, which will be completing like 50% of your data engineering. After that, with only learning this language, it may not be helpful. We have to build a supermarket. We have to build a supermarket. With all the knowledge that we have to build a supermarket. What is a supermarket? Supermarket is a collection of different products arranged properly for the end users. Similarly, we have to build a supermarket for data storage. We have to organize it well. Wherever the products is, replace with data. So we have to replace the products in the supermarket with data. So what I'll do, I have to store the data in a specific table format, file format, where it is accessible to end users. I need to come up with one storage environment. For that, I'll use data warehouse. But while creating the data warehouse, I am facing a challenge, because nowadays the data is becoming big data. So we finally enter into problem. In order to create the supermarket, similar to supermarket, I have to organize the data into a set of collection of tables, and I have to properly put it into a system. I am facing some issue. What is it? Suddenly big data is coming in. Suddenly the data starts coming in. Big data is not a technology. Try to understand. Big data is a problem. We have the current system problem, that is big data. Why? Because suddenly the data comes in, we will not be able to process it, we will not be able to store it. So we are into the problem. For every problem you need to have a solution, right? And the solution for you is Hadoop and Spark. These are all the solutions for the big data. How are you going to handle big data? How are you going to process the big data? Your Hadoop and Spark will give you the answer for it. They are the solution for your problems. You have a headache, it's a problem. You take tablet, it's a solution. You have a problem in the real world, how to store data, how to process data. That's a big data. And we have a Hadoop and Spark which helps you how you can handle this. And all of this, I don't want to do it in on-prem. On-prem means I have to take care of everything here. I don't want, because I have to build my own laptops. I want to install the softwares. I have to work. It's done and dusted, all the on-prem. Let's go to the cloud. So whatever you're learning here, I'm simply going and doing in the different platform. That platform is cloud. And we will be learning Azure first. 90% of the preference is given to Azure, followed by we'll also learn GCP and AWS. By knowing multi-technology, you will be multi-skilled. You can apply for any company. You can apply for Amazon, you can apply for Google, or if you would like to apply for Microsoft. I'm not saying only these three companies. Whichever company is using Azure, you can go and join there. Whichever company is going and using AWS, you can go and join there. Everyone will have their own fan base. Right? There are a lot of companies who are always preferring Microsoft Azure. There are a lot of companies who always prefer AWS. We can go and apply for all the companies. But if you know only Azure, you can apply only to the Azure fan base companies. So learning multi-skill is always going to be an advantage, right? So learning multi-skill, you will create a versatility. Maybe you are like flexible in switching between the cloud services. You'll understand the cost, How much is the cost? See, if you are only a Ola user, only will focus on Ola. But if you are using Ola and Uber, you will actually understand how the cost is involved, how this is calculating. You, if you want to go to one area, you will check in both because you know both. So you'll find whichever is costing less at that point of time, you will travel. So you know which is cost optimized, right? And certain clients will come and say, hey, I want to go with AWS. You can say that, yeah, I know AWS, I can go for it. Some companies will come and say, I want Azure. Yeah, I know it. Even I can do that. So like this, knowing all three will definitely put you on the front seat. Mastering all the three cloud platforms ensures adaptability, improves the job, and make sure that you can stabilize your career, right? So with this roadmap, the demand for data engineers has been increasing very rapidly. What I've been observing for the last 7 years, right from 2018 2019, we have seen a very tremendous growth, and at this point of time it is expected that 50 to 60% of the openings will definitely improve. I'm telling you the open problem, every single day we are struggling hard in the companies to store the data and process the data which is coming from different companies. So we need to find a way. We need to find a way for this, in terms of opportunities as well as in terms of salary. We can see that the next 2 3 years is going to be the a very high demand in terms of package and openings. Then if you ask me where there is opportunity for data engineering, I've been telling my team to change this slide. They have not done it. I should have added a slide where there is no opportunity. That would have been an easy slide, because wherever there is a data, you will have the opportunity for data engineers. KSR is an institute. Here also we have a data engineers, right? You take any small company, you take any big company, you take any company, everywhere data is involved. Okay, can anyone tell me any domain application or any app which does not use data? Is there any application without data?
No,
If you tell the answer for this, on spot, I'll order an iPhone for you. On spot. I'll go to Amazon, I'll take your address and I'll order an iPhone. Any application without data? Any application without data?
No.
So that means the opportunity for data engineers is everywhere, right? So with that, the expected salary will be 4x times your experience. For example, a person with 5 years of experience can expect up to 20 lakhs. If it's a normal technology, you can expect somewhere around 13 or 14. But if it's a very demandful data engineers, you can actually demand high package because of the skills you know. You know SQL, you know Python, you know programming languages, you know multi-cloud, so always you'll be in demand. So learning multi-cloud will always put into front seat. Okay. So I'm telling you, I'm sorry to give this example, but I am forced to do it. I'm sorry. Imagine I'm 11 years experience now, right? I'm 11 years experience. You may be 5, you may be 5, you may be 6, you may be 6, right? Like this, you have different experienced people, right? In this particular batch. I don't know how many have joined, but yeah. So here, I'll give you one small example. If you guys have turned 18 years of experience, okay, that means what I'm saying is, assume that we have 60 people in this batch, example only, 60 people in this batch, Just imagine all 60 are 18 plus years experience. Very, very hard truth where people doesn't even know. If all these 60 people in this batch are 18 plus of years of experience, I'll tell you, listen carefully. Only 1 in 5 will survive. Do you understand the meaning of this? Only one among that 18 people, 18 years of experience, 5 people are there, right? Only one will survive. Rest of the four guys will not be matching the client's requirement, will not have enough of skills. They will be thrown out of the company. I have personally seen this, right? Everyone has a certain age, right? Nowadays, if you see Indian cricket team itself, after a certain age they cannot play. After a certain age they cannot play. Their demand will go down. If you take a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli, they have a certain age. Like they can play till 40. After that, in sports, you need to be fit enough. So once you cross 40, your career is done. They have to retire. They have to retire. Let me tell you, surviving in IT post 18 years of experience is a blessing. Not everyone will get. So you can think that your 18 years is a like a threshold. After that, every year you survive, it's like a bonus for you. Because nowadays the young blood, the guys who are coming out of the college, they have a lot of skill. They will easily replace you. They'll easily replace you. Companies also will think, hey, for this 18 years person, why should I give this much of package? What is he doing? He's not upgraded. He don't have any additional skills. Why should I hire him? So the guys who are here for learning, I'm telling you, 18 years is the deadline for us. After 18 years, every year you work, you have to be grateful and you have to capture it as you get it. But 18 is a limit. For example, the way I'm telling is, now I'm 11 years experience, right? I have 7 years left where I can earn as much as I can. After 7 years, if I don't upskill, if I don't learn, my job will be replaced by someone with a young blood. I repeat one more time. If you want to achieve something in career, IT career, if you want to save money and stabilize it, this is the number that you can have it. Before 18 years, you have to do everything. After 18 years, the companies will just fire you like anything if you are not upskilled. Until then, you can push it. I can be in the same project, same company, you can do everything. But once the 18 years is done, you can say that you have become old enough in IT. It's very hard for surviving. And that's why I've given an example. Only 1 among 5 will survive. Only 1 among 5. If 5 people are 18 plus years experience, in that one person will be there, and that person will become either a CEO of the company, CTO of the company, CEO of the company, director of the company, vice president. He'll become like that. The guy who has a very strong knowledge on the technical, who has a grip over the technical things, no one can ever replace him. I have seen a lot of times managers get losing the job, developers losing the job, right? And I've seen a lot of testing guys losing the job, but I've never seen a person who was very strong in technical losing a job. I've never seen. Who has a complete grip over all the technologies, how it works, I have never seen. Right? We don't know what is going to happen in the next 30 minutes. Right? The moment I log into my office, I can get a layoff email. Even I can get a layoff email. That can happen. That is what is happening in most of the companies. But what is really needed is how you can adapt to the outside world with changes in the technology. If you are technically strong, no one can ever come near to you. That is the attitude you need to bring, right? So with that, earn as much as you can when you touch that 18 or 19 or 20 years of experience. After 20, your salary will become stable. Okay, so if I want to show you in a graph, because a lot of BI developers are there, this is your graph, this is your experience, this is your package. Happily you can see that your package will grow as and then your experience increases. After your 18 or 19 years of experience, 18 or 19 years of experience, your package starts to degrade. You'll either stay with the same package, or sometimes I've also seen people's salary going down also. Why we should pay this much? You're not doing that much, you're not worth of it. Let me decrease your package. This is what is happening. Personally, I've seen a couple of my colleagues whose salary has decreased. So until here, it's a bonus period for you. Earn as much as you can until you turn 18. Of course, you can look for other opportunities, but 18 should be your goal where you have to get that technology grip. So with that, the job market for data engineering is very high. What I've been seeing in the last 5-6 years is we have lot of openings, but we don't have talents. We don't have talents. Even if they are coming, their companies coming with a simple Google knowledge. They'll simply read some documents, interview questions, and they're coming. They're not able to understand what we are doing in data engineering. So in the last 5-6 years, what I've observed is we have a lot of openings. Unfortunately, we are very much lesser in number. We are not able to match the client's expectation. One day this also will become, it will lose its importance. Before that, why don't you crack this opportunity? Right? Nowadays, even the college students are learning data engineering. Why don't you master before that? Right? So it is artist skill, and I've seen a lot of guys getting high package where banking is one of the highest shares we have, because banking is, you know how important is a bank, right? You can even have, you can even be there without your WhatsApp account, but you'll definitely have a bank account, right? So bank account, the usage, the transactions it has, and if you're in 2 to 8 years, it's easily to crack the interview. And we have seen the highest salary of 60 lakhs for 5-6 years experience that we can easily get it. So this is about the job market. We have a lot of openings every single day. On an average, I myself am taking 3 to 4 interviews on a daily basis. As a manager, I have to take interviews for my company. So every day I'm taking 3 to 4 interviews on an average, and all this 3-4 is on data engineering. That is what is in need. So with that, who can go for this course? Very simple. I'll go from bottom to top approach. Those who want high pay, go for it. People who are looking for very high package, go for it. But it's not easy. It's not easy. You have to master it, right? You have to, if you want a high package, go for it. If you're settling with a normal, maybe there are other tools and technologies you can learn. You can go for a BI, you can for a business analyst, you can opt for testing Java. There are a lot of things. If you want a okay normal package, but if you want a high package, you can opt for data engineering, but it's really tough. I'm setting you the expectations. I have taught almost 55 technologies in my career. Nothing is as hard as understanding data engineering, but it is really worth. Once you learn, once you master, no one can ever stop you. So it's really worth. People who are looking for career switch from non-technical to technical, this is a very good opportunity, and opportunity for freshers also. Freshers, first of all, there is always a backseat for you. If you don't get placed in the campus, you'll always have a hard time. But rather than going with Java testing courses, this you can go for it. At least one or two calls you will get it on a weekly basis. Okay, if you go for Java, all 5,000 6,000 people will come for 5 openings. But if you go for data engineering, first of all, no one is interested to learn this because of coding. But if you learn this, you'll definitely have some other opportunities. And data is everywhere. So every domain you can see the data engineering growth, and all in all, career growth also. If you want to have a very good, strong career in IT, choose this. For the next 6 7 years, you need not think too much. Okay, so with that, after completing this course, you can master SQL and Python. You can learn to build ETL pipelines, and you'll be readily available for the companies to work on the projects. And we'll be focusing on all these tools and technologies, where majority of the understanding we will do it on Azure. Okay. So this one last question you guys will have. Okay, can I learn in YouTube? Yes. Can I learn on Udemy? Yes. Can I learn in any other institute? Yes. But one thing which I wanted to tell you is, first of all, I am not a trainer. I don't come to class anyway, any day prepared. I don't come up with notes. I don't come up with my past batches, nothing. I'm actually a working employee, and that's why we already have the classes in the early morning. After class, I have to go to office, even I have to work, right? So what I'm doing in my projects, what I'm doing in companies, that is what I'm explaining here. So 100% real-time experience is guaranteed. There are a lot of trainers also who have left the job, who have trained or who have learned in the past. They come up with some notes, they share some printed notes for you, they share some PDFs, and they'll say go through this. There are different type of trainers. I am a different type of trainer. In fact, I always get privileged to call myself as a mentor. So I'm a working employee who has implemented 80 plus projects. So I'll be showing you the real experience rather than going with all these documents, notes and all. Keep that all aside. Every single class from fourth day will be practicals. 95% of all my classes is going to be practicals. So if you're looking for notes, if you're looking for printed notes, like just like any other gives, if you're looking, this is not the place. This is a place where completely you will be given hands-on experience only. So that's the first thing. We changed the curriculum as per the market. Until last year, we were teaching only Azure. But now we felt like companies are looking for multi-skill. So we changed our curriculum this year. And this is a second batch that we are going to teach all the cloud service. Every examples what I work, it's definitely going to be a live examples. 100 plus hours is a limited one. I take even more than that. I take even 120, 140, 150. As long as you guys are satisfied and get a job, the classes will continue. And we are going to do 3 to 4 real-time projects, 10 to 12 pipelines, and all our teaching will be focusing mainly on interview guidance, resume preparation, and you'll also learn some soft skills. In between, we never keep you free. Over the Saturday and Sundays, we also give you workshops. Okay. I hope KSR team is not there. I'll also tell you negatives about KSR. Okay. I'll also tell you negatives about KSR. Okay. KSR will always track your assignments. KSR will make you work. KSR will give you all the sort of homeworks. Okay, if you are not interested to do assignments, if you are not interested to go with research, if you are not interested to work for us, please don't join KSR. I'm telling you upfront, because we track everything. How many classes you have attended, what is your assignment progress, what have you done, everything we track, because that helps us to know. Because end of the day, I don't want to get blamed, right? Santosh is teaching and we are not getting job, then why are we running an institute, right? So for us, quality matters, so we will track it. We will track it. And if you're looking to learn data engineering in 1 month, please don't join KSR. If you're looking for notes, please don't join KSR. It's my responsibility to tell both positives and negatives, right? If I tell only positives, everyone will say, okay, you're saying only positives, but I'm telling you negatives. We have more of negatives. We have more of negatives, right? Our every batch, the guys who are getting offer is 50%. I'll tell you that also very openly, because 50% people will not listen to me. One class they will miss, that one class will miss for 5 classes, because every class is a related class. So if they miss one class, 5 classes will go. That creates a gap and they'll drop off. They'll drop off because they have got on site. They'll get dropped because they have switched a job. They'll switch because they will stop learning because they got a good hike. It happens. It happens. Now you will join. Next month, what if they give you a good hike in your current company itself? You will miss it. That's all. So please don't join KSR if you're looking for 100% job. Please don't join KSR if you're looking for notes. Please don't join KSR if you're looking for 1 month. Please don't join KSR if you want to be from assignments. Those are all the negatives. We make you work, we get the output from you, and that is how we learn. Okay, so with this, I have completed my 2 days masterclass on data engineering. In the next class, we will be starting with our first topic in SQL. Okay, any questions so far what we have covered in the last 2 days?
What's the difference between Azure and AWS GCP as compared to Java and Python? Only
Ja-
structure or any other
See,
difference is there?
first of all, we cannot even compare. Java, Python is a programming language, right?
Okay.
It's a programming language. You have to write some code to work. AWS GCP is a platform. They give you an environment. You go and write the code. You
Okay.
go and do some task there. They'll give you an environment for you.
I mean, its structure or its keywords is there like that difference or complete difference in
See, it's a
each?
process. It's a process. What you see in the cloud, it's a process. So here I loaded the data, right? It's a process. This is how I need to show it. This is how I need to store the data. I can read the data. I can process it. It's a process.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah. Hey, Santosh, this is Manoj. So, does this course help in any way for a person who is in data migration project?
We will be doing one data migration project also.
Okay.
From on-prem to
So,
cloud, we'll be doing that.
on-prem to cloud. Oh, sounds good. So, what about PySpark? Like, do we touch the basics on PySpark
Definitely.
or
Here I've covered, right?
yeah, you mentioned Spark, but
Spark.
just
Spark is a framework where you can write it in multiple languages. We'll be writing in Python. So Python and Spark is called PySpark.
okay. Yeah.
We'll be learning that. I did not mention it, but we will be learning that.
Good.
In our PySpark, how many days are you going to, or how many classes are you going to
Uh,
handle?
I would say somewhere around 15 to 20 hours.
Okay. So it means almost 2 to 3 weeks.
Yes.
So overall, like, how many months of course is this?
This is a 5 months course.
And this
Okay.
course consists of multi cloud services, right?
Multi-cloud, yes.
So let's say if a person want to only learn AWS data engineering, is there a separate course?
If you want to learn only Azure, this is a right course.
Mm-hmm.
If you want
How about AWS?
if you want to join only AWS, this is not the right course. You have to join AWS with Snowflake.
Okay.
Is there any day-to-day basis co-curriculum that we will be following, Santosh? I mean, what we are going to do on the day-to-day basis?
See, one thing is you need to go with the syllabus. We already have shared the syllabus, and you can also reach out to our team who can help you understand the syllabus. But what we cover on day one, day two, day three, it depends on the way we go. For example, as I said, right, what I'm doing in the organization, that is what I'm explaining here. So everything will not be pre-planned. On spot, we will be learning about topics, but we have a flow. First, we need to learn SQL. In SQL, we need to learn this topic first. This will come second. This will come third. So totally, if I'm not wrong, it will come to around 120 hours and it will cross 100 days. So today is a day two. So we still have 98 days left. If you sit in my class for the next 98 days and if you practice, you'll become a data engineer. We have completed 2 days.
Yeah. And any approximation how much, I mean, the hours we will be covering around Azure, I mean, Synapse Analytics and Data Fabrics, that.
That's what I said, right? Everything we have given a number of hours that we'll be covering in our syllabus. You can download our syllabus from our website, and you can also
Sure.
reach out to our team. We can help you. Or if you have any questions, reach out to our number, our
And
team,
what is your website? Okay, datavision.com.
KSR Data Vision.
Uh, Shandesh, one more question. Are you providing separate credentials for Azure and AWS
For
platforms?
Azure, we don't provide, but we are going to give you a Fabric license. Since we also cover Fabric, which is a
Okay,
new
okay.
innovation from the Microsoft, and we are learning Azure, so I'll be giving a Fabric credentials.
Okay. For AWS?
AWS, GCP, we don't provide any credentials as such because we are learning a limited topics, and also we will be focusing on the real-time use cases, which they will be giving us a 16,000 credits for a Azure account. With the Azure account, we'll be practicing.
Okay. Suppose if I need some AWS account, right? How much I need to pay to get the
So
account?
you can still go with a free account. Like free account can help you to learn, but if you want to learn in depth, then we need to calculate what are the services that you're going to learn and how much cost it will. I can help you with that pricing, but for a free account, you will have some limits. Like you cannot use most of the complex things.
Okay, okay, fine. And also, are you going to help for certification as well, or?
Certification, see, if you attend our class and if you go through our recordings, everything, if you are aware of it, you yourself will clear the certifications. We have a Microsoft Data Engineer certified, which you can clear it by yourself.
And Santosh,
Okay.
this course is a cloud data engineering with three different cloud service provider, right?
Mhm.
But you also mentioned this course is intended for only Azure data
See,
engineering.
we will be giving you idea complete implementation on Azure, right? You will be learning 90% of the Azure, but what you're learning here, the same thing you will have to do it in the another cloud. So you cannot go and show 5 years experience in another cloud. You can show 5 years of experience in Azure because Azure we are learning. Other things we are adding as top of your skills. Like you can say to your recruiters, in fact, if you want to ask a high package, right? Imagine that you want to have a salary discussion. You can say that ideally I'm a cloud engineer. You put me on any cloud, I can work on any cloud, and that is what I've been known for. And you can demand it. You can get always a 2 to 3 lakhs of extra package.
Okay, so let's say like in Azure, when we are learning blobs, then you give an example like S3 where we can
That's
store the
correct.
data in
That's
AWS.
correct. Yes.
But majorly the implementation will happen in the Azure cloud service.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So are we
Santosh,
covering
do we
Kafka?
cover Azure Databricks? I mean, like
Of course.
Databricks.
Without Databricks, there's no data engineering. And the certification is DP 700. You can take it after this course.
Okay.
Santosh, are we covering Kafka?
No, we are not covering Kafka, but we are covering Azure Streaming Analytics, which we use it for real-time streaming.
No.
And one more thing, Santosh, like you said, you mentioned 12 to 13 services, right?
Mhm.
So can we have the list of those services so that we
Uh,
can?
yeah.
we can have an idea, right? So whether
It's
they are
already
like
mentioned in the syllabus, but still I can show you once.
okay,
Santosh, I'm unable to log into KSR Data Vision. It's showing like you are only one device will
Yeah,
be
you have logged in from different users, I think. Send out an email to support at Data Vision, they'll help you. Okay.
support.
Yeah,
Okay.
support at datavision.com, they'll help you. They'll reset your details.
Santosh,
Okay.
I have a question. Are these sessions are recorded sessions once we have the pay
Everything is
enrollment?
recorded. Everything will be
Okay.
recorded.
So look, how long we will have access?
1 year.
Okay.
So it's you already all also have all of the services mentioned in your syllabus. But just to show you high level, these are the 14 services that we will be learning as part of our course. These two are very, very
okay, got it.
important. Data Factory and Databricks.
Is DBT is different from the Databricks?
DBT is different, yes.
Okay.
Santosh, this is Avinash Santosh. So apart from this, we have just cloud engineering with Microsoft Fabric. Right? What is the fabric we are covering in this course?
See, whatever you are doing it in Azure, we will be doing that in Fabric as well. See, I'll tell you one thing. You go to a restaurant, okay? You go to a restaurant, you order main dish, starters, desserts, everything, right? So you tend to eat food, so you're going there. So you want to eat only desserts. Will you still go to that restaurant? Or you will prefer a shop where you have only desserts? What is your preference?
Prefer a shop
Why?
to have it done. So just your means our requirements only deserts, right? So on that in that case we go for a shop
Yeah,
which have done.
yeah, you have successfully understood what is Fabric. Azure is everything, and if you're focusing on only on data related ones, that is Fabric.
Can you please break down how many hours can take for SQL, Python, and other data processing like that? Do you
SQL
have any?
20 hours, Python 20 hours, Big Data Spark 25 hours, rest of 50 hours is only on Azure services. I repeat, SQL 20 hours, Python 20 hours, Big Data Spark, PySpark comes around 25 hours, and rest of the things like 50-55 hours only on Azure. In Azure, we'll be covering this 14 services where majorly we'll be focusing on Data Factory and Databricks.
We'll covering the Apache Spark architecture those things also, right?
Uh,
Spark architecture and those
yeah,
things.
definitely. That's what I said, right? Big Data, Hadoop, Spark is 25 hours.
See, Hadoop is mainly in the on-prem, right? So why we will
Who
be
said that?
learning?
Who said that?
So
Hadoop is
I
everywhere. Hadoop is on cloud as well as on the on-prem also. There's nothing like
because
nowadays
people you
only the.
want to
Hmm.
come out of a Hadoop ecosystem and switch to a data
No, that's why
in the
that's why we
cloud,
are
right?
learning. No, that's why we are learning. Like what we are learning is we are learning first Hadoop. We are not happy with the Hadoop. We are going for Spark. If I directly go to Spark, you will not understand. So that's why we're covering Hadoop. We'll try to understand what is a loophole corners, why Hadoop did not work in the real time. Then we'll go and learn Spark.
Okay.
First of all, if you
So,
want to understand Spark, you need to understand why Hadoop did not work. What was the problem with Hadoop?
so sir, I have a quick question. Like, I have worked as a data analyst from like 8 9 years, right? I have dealt with large sets of data and majorly worked on creating visualizations and doing data analysis on Excel and writing some basic queries on SQL. And I have also used Jupyter Notebook, just basic stuff, not any advanced stuff. So how this course will help me to become a good data analyst as well, and like good data engineer as well.
See,
Like
yeah,
what just
what I think is like if you know if we are just covering SQL and Python in 20 hours, so there will be just concepts or there will be live projects also which you will be giving.
See, that's what I said. First of all, to answer your first question, you are already a data analyst, so you'll definitely be a right person to go with this course because data analytics, if you see, after 10, 12 years, right, your roles and responsibilities will also increase, and they'll start getting this report done by from juniors. So they'll not give you to build a report after 2, 3 years. So you need to come up with a role which can give you more of visibility, more of responsibility, and more of pipeline building. So that is where data engineering is a very right fit for you. And coming to the syllabus, what we cover, this 20, 25 hours, what we cover, we will give you right from the foundation, like what each object it does, how to build the queries, everything we will learn. We will also give you a certain use cases, not a complete project, because project we'll be doing it on complete Azure, like for Azure. In that we will be using SQL. In that we'll be using Python. There is nothing particularly that I can go and build a one project in SQL. There is nothing I can build a complete project in Python. We call this as a use case. We call them as a module. We'll be writing the code. And finally, when we do the project in Azure, we will be including all the topics. We'll be including SQL, we'll be including Python, we'll be including Spark. Everything we'll be doing.
Okay, makes sense. And how long this course will go, sir?
5.5 months, but I've never completed in 5.5 months because we extend in such a way that we teach a lot of projects, so it goes up to 100 to 120 days. The classes will be from Monday to Friday, but over the time we will be having lot of special classes over the Saturdays and Sundays where you will be learning projects. So approximately you can consider as a 5.5 months.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So regarding the course fee and course curriculum, we can reach to that number or in.
Yeah, you can reach out to our team. Our team can help you.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Santosh, is there any pre-built codes in Fabric?